I'm here today with Sean Hohen and Steve Rector from Cresa, Toronto, and we're going to discuss the industrial market in the GTA. Sean, quick question for you. It appears that the vacancy rates continue to go down, and it's at about 1.2% right now through Q1. What do you envision occurring over the next couple of years?
Thanks, Robert. So it really is a supply and demand thing, and right now the demand is much greater than supply, hence the 1.2 vacancy rate. We actually don't see a big fluctuation in the next 3 years, through 2022 anyway, Robert. We see it hovering between 1 and 2%. There is buildings going up, but they're getting leased faster than they're being constructed, so it's a tight market.
Thank you. Steve, I continue to hear e-commerce and companies like Amazon and their ability to pretty well deliver overnight or same day at times. How is that affecting the industrial market?
Well, it's had a great effect, not just on the GTA market, but on all markets across North America. Vacancy is decreasing everywhere. We're at record lows, not just in the GTA, but like I said, across North America. And this is really predicated on the fact that these operations need more space. There's a fundamental shift in bricks and mortar retail to this e-commerce model. So now majority of consumers, or a bulk of consumers, are getting their products from online.
Right.
And essentially the way it works is you have one large hub where a majority of the product goes into, and then it feeds these spokes or these last mile facilities that are based in urban areas where the population is quite dense, so that they can get that product into the end user's hand. Now we will see the strain on the space maybe alleviate a tiny little bit as these companies become more efficient with their network. But until that happens, we're going to continue to see vacancy slowly decrease in other markets, whereas here we're kind of tapped out. We can't get any lower, so
Thanks, Steve.
that's where we're at.
Sean, what opportunities do you envision for an occupier looking for space at the moment?
Well, not a lot's changed in the landscape and our process and how we create leverage, and today you really do need to create some necessary leverage for different trigger points and marry the supplier and the occupier together. It's not a one-sided negotiation today, just due to the fact that there's very little space. So
Right.
you have to find things that essentially the landlord and the tenant have in common, and come up with a fair negotiation and find the right opportunity. One thing that we are doing a lot of today is understanding opportunities that are in our market and that are coming up in the pipeline within the next 18 months. So that is an opportunity for the tenants that we work with.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Steve, if there was one or two tips that you would give an occupier who's beginning the search, what would it be at the moment?
Simply put, the most important thing they have is time. More than ever, the time required to work through the options and negotiate transactions is taking longer than ever. So that 24-month to 18-month in advance of any current lease expiry window, call it, is the most important thing that a tenant can do for themselves right now. They need to understand all of their conceptual alternatives out there. They need to understand the financial models associated with those conceptual alternatives, so that when they go to the marketplace, they are being realistic in what their expectation is. More than ever, companies, tenants need our help, or somebody's help in helping navigate this process because of how difficult it can be. And last and most importantly, I think they need to be prepared to dig in and have understand that they're going to be going back and forth many times to get to where they need to be.
So as I see it, time is important, the leverage and the knowledge that we can bring to the table to help them.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sean,
Robert.
Steve, all the best.